Hi, this is TapCat. Welcome back to my 4th season of XCOM 2. Today you're going to see a little something different. It certainly wasn't my plan, but as I started playing this mission, I was apparently in a different mood because I basically play XCOM 2, the YOLO edition. And while I don't figure on making this a regular thing, I hope you'll find it an interesting change of pace for this supply raid. Well. I always love the, what do you call these? Supply raids. I mean, I usually like the stuff we get, but I have to say, it's always a little nerve-wracking. The way the groups, they kind of get stacked one after the other, and it's dangerous. Very easy to trigger multiple pods, but not yet. I can't... Actually, Jack would be able to tell. So there is a way up here, that ladder. Problem is, this is the only spot with cover, so I'm not really sure that's even going to be good. You know what I don't think I mind doing is bringing him here. Actually, I think what I'd rather do is bring him here.
Headed there now.
Okay. Wow. So there's really nobody close by, huh? Well, I definitely don't see a way up that side. Okay. Well, we aren't on a timer or anything, but I am going to try and get my butt up there. You know what I haven't really done is checked to see if we saw anybody on this side of the building, because that is possible. There you go. I don't remember what this guy is called, but I do remember seeing him. So that makes for an interesting situation, you know. We have half the squad over here. Maybe I'll move her here.
Good to go.
Certainly not going to start a fight. I wondered about that. Okay, so this half of the map definitely seems that's where the action is. Fair enough. Where are you guys going? Ah. That actually, that makes for a pretty decent grenade, you know it? If I used my incendiary, boom, get all 4. What is, not this one. The boa, that's right. That's right. I knew I'd seen it. You know, I knew what it was called, but I just could not think of it. So one problem I have is that this is a very, very flankable position. And I think realistically, if we were going to trigger these guys, which I might, actually, I think I will. I don't mind fighting these 2 pods. Ooh, this would also be a very good Void Rift. Yeah. Although putting burn on everybody, you know what? I'm going to do that. So, do I care about Overwatch? I don't think so. I think I'm going to just do the grenade, see what happens, go from there. Okay? Burn, baby, burn. And I know we have the thing where you can even do a critical damage with grenades. It doesn't look like we got any crits there. So they're both on fire, that's clear. So she is immune to the fire. Somebody had told me recently that that was not the case with Codex. I thought I had seen them demonstrate immunity at least to poison. And it appears they are immune to the things that organics are vulnerable to. So I'm really tempted to do this, but even if I hit her, it won't kill her. So that's a pretty big turnoff, if I may say it. What I really dislike, you know, from this distance, I don't think Jack would have a great chance to kill. Okay, well, first things first, I can only see two guys. Okay, so there's two groups of two. So I'm going to assume the Codex is immune. It's a little rough. Like, if I came here, he's already flanked by those two guys. Can Sam... He is just not going to do me a lot of good unless I move him like here. I'm tempted to do that. I'm terrified I could activate another pod. I really am. Okay, I tell you what. I'm going to do this. We need good shots. And that one wasn't good enough. But that's all right. I'm going to try. I know she's going to split. But I'm going to try and kill the one here. Doing just exactly what I did a second ago. In fact, I'm going to use Face Off. And try to kill both of them. Got one. Awesome. Welcome back, Stanislav. I like you. Always did. Okay. So I don't need to worry about that dude anymore. Well, I don't know if I would call Codex a dude, but I think you get my meaning. You know, this ain't the worst shot I could ever take. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Nope. That would have simplified things if I could have hit him. So here's my thing. I really want to kill this guy. My problem is he needs... Oh, actually, he does not necessarily need 8 to 9. I'm going to move here. Another pod be damned. Why did I have to say that out loud? Seriously, why did I have to say that? So there's 3 guys, and they're not moving. Interesting. Crap. Well, poo. I'm really tempted to have Jack come kill one of these guys. My concern is what happens to him after he does that. I probably would go for one of the weak dudes as opposed to the Archon. I might as well. Who cares if we end up revealing 3 more pods? I mean, really. Does it matter much? Oh, brother, you can't. No, you can. Okay, hold on. So I'm not going to go quite as far as I normally would. Because I'm going to try and minimize that. All right. Caution be damned. I don't really care. I will, most likely, but I don't right now. All right, the game is just like... Oh, for crying out loud. Give me a break. So the auto dock just healed somebody, which, you know what? I can live with that. It's this animation that's killing me. Like, come on. Let me continue playing the game, for the love of God. 93%. Let's do it. Okay. I needed that pretty badly. He would have just been dead. So what I'm going to be looking for now is something like this, I think. Go back behind full cover. He has untouchable, but give me a break. Not against 50 guys. So I really want to do this, but now I have no chance at a kill. So I don't think that makes any sense at all. And I think instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to move him here. And I'm going to void rift these guys. I'm a little nervous about that boa. This is pretty bad overall. But, you know, we'll see what happens. He's going to mess with their heads. And they take extra damage, so that's good too. I think the other one's just going to die. I need to remember that when he does that, you know, the one gets ruptured. So, no, it didn't die, actually. So, here's what I'm thinking. I just throw this here. This is so bad. Yeah, I probably can't. Although that thing is just going to flank him. The problem is the Mimic Beacon will keep him busy, but what about all these guys? They could just totally light him up. Well, I'm going to do this. This is probably terrible. But, hey, we are nothing if not immortal. And no, we are not immortal. So this guy, yeah, he's done. So I don't need to worry about the snakes. One's panicked. The other's dead. But this guy, So if he's burning, how come he didn't take damage? That's what I want to know. I'm very happy that he only did 4 to the beacon. This one might hurt more. Yeah. So it's only going to take one more shot. But that other group was way back, so I'm not sure it needs to take more than one more shot. Let's see. If they can see Sam, I could be in real trouble. Yep, throw the smoke grenade. So the auto dock is the only one I gotta worry about. Okay. Sucks that the Muton is fully healed again, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, he's burning, but he doesn't take damage. Maybe the auto dock healed him again. I don't know. I don't really get it, but that's okay. Okay, so what am I going to do here? I could go hail of bullets. Not going to kill him. That's really unfortunate. Which ammo did I bring? I did bring blue screen rounds. So, I mean, if I could get over there, it would help. But that is actually a problem. I can't quite make it to cover. Not close enough to see that guy. I could use hail of bullets just to wipe this guy out, and maybe I should. I could come here, but I might get flanked. But that would allow me to probably kill the boa. I would have a very good chance at least. I could also trigger another group, but I'll be honest, I think at this point there's... Oh, I forgot about that. I don't think there's a lot of groups left to trigger. What is that about? This thing is so odd. Wait. What is it? Oh, God, stop it. This camera sometimes. So I could blow up that tank. The problem is Jack's right here, so I really wouldn't want to do that right now. And he's kind of the only one who has a good shot at this guy. It's not as good as I was hoping, but I'll do it. Okay. So now we've kind of secured that flank, which is really what I was, you know, hoping for. My fear is that Egg is not going to do me a lot of good this turn. And worse, that he might not be positioned to do me a lot of good next turn either. Oh, man. It is becoming pretty apparent to me that I was idiotic to start this fight when I did. I'm not well positioned at all. We're going to do this. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind I'm not going to get half the kills I need, so I'm kind of thinking I bring him here. Because I need to get up, you know. Right now, he's completely useless to me. So I have a good shot there, except for the fact that it's going to be very difficult to penetrate that armor. I'm more tempted. I want to kill. That's probably my number one goal. And I kind of have an issue with her, similar to the one I do for Egg. I got to get up here. Plain and simple. So I'm probably just going to have to spend a turn dashing her. I mean, could I just come here? Obviously, I have to kill that other idiot. I know that. Jack could easily do that even with just his sword. Because I'm not going to kill anybody else that way. Hang on. Let me try this. I'm not going to get a lot of use out of, no, lightning hands. And I didn't get a lot of use out of it there either. Alright. I'm just going to do this, I think. Going to try to make that officer a lot less useful. And I sure wish I had a better spot to put her. Holy crap. I think this is about as good as it's getting. Pretty terrible. Like I said, I did not think this through enough before I started. So, here's what I'm thinking. Let's just... not that. That. Thank you. Done. Oh my god, I just realized I did that to a Mouton. He could have blocked that and retaliated against me. That's a really bad idea. Never use your sword against a Mouton. But thankfully the RNG smiled on me in that instance. Okay, so obviously these guys are going to start moving up more. But next turn I'm going to do a lot more. I've got my my Grenadier in range now to do some real damage to that auto dock. And we're going to get some flanks and stuff, so I'm not as worried as I might be. But we need some kills, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, that beacon is a champ, man. I'm not sure. I think this is the last guy. So it's really soaked it up. That's pretty awesome. I kind of want to kill this stupid Archon. Okay. Could use domination here. Now that is not the worst idea I've ever had. Oh, only 61%. Doggone it. Okay. Let's hold off on that. So, like I figured, she can hit him pretty hard. What does Deadeye do for me? It's a kill. Well, not guaranteed. Yeah, and I don't even have a great chance to hit. Power is such a turd. I have a much better chance of killing him this way. I'll go ahead and do it. Hopefully 90% is good enough. I'll really cry. If I had missed that, that would have been really bad. Alright, so that's one down. Actually, this guy is kind of problematic. Maybe I should use egg against him. Just to break his Overwatch. And then I can use Sam to kill him. I kind of like that plan. Can you? Yeah. All right. Is this just a vanilla one? Yeah. So the main reason he hasn't done... I can't think of the stupid name. Oh, never mind. Let me just do this. Blazing Pinions. Because I've done the... So that guy should be dead. With 2 health and he's burning, he should be dead. So if I don't use a Mimic Beacon, he will probably just use Blazing Pinions this turn. So basically, I have 2 guys I need to worry about, and he should be able to kill this one pretty easily. Let's hope I have a 100% chance. I do. Beautiful, Sammy. Who's left? Wait, do you... Yeah, he can still attack even. Whoop. So, my problem is if I hit the Archon, he's not gonna do Blazing Pinions. He's gonna get aggressive. But if I use Jack, this is bad. Well, I think what I actually need to do is come here and kill this guy. That's just, I got to keep thinning the herd. So, having done that, so risky. If I give the guy a wide open flanking shot, then there's every chance that he will shoot Jack. I think I'll come here. And I am purposely going to leave that guy alone. Let me think about this. Do I want to reposition him? I kind of do. And I think I want to put him here, even though that means I won't have Overwatch. Let's move already. Might make him actually, I'll put him here. Okay. Now, of course, I'm betting on him doing blazing pinions. It's not guaranteed. He didn't die. That's unfortunate. It's, you know, I mean, that's why I moved Jack there, because he had, no, damn it. Well, he missed, so that's better than blazing pinions. You know, Jack's untouchable. This guy's not hurting him. But I'm going to punch his ticket in a second. I'll tell you that for free. So, here's what we're going to do. First things first, this guy is dead. Now, I know that that's not lethal, but it did put hollow targeting on him. And that's very important to me right now. I'm probably going to kill that guy with Jack. You just come back here. Now, I would like, if I can, to get the kill on this guy with somebody who can still, you know, be promoted. And since pretty much all of my good abilities are kind of used up right now, I think I'll just soften him up this way. Actually, you know, now that I think about it, I probably would have done more damage with two pistol shots. Okay, either way, I got one of the guys that I would have wanted to, the kill.
If you say so.
I'm just as happy to do this with Dick as I would be with Jack. I don't see any real reason to use Jack, and in actuality, this is lower risk.
You see that one?
Okay. Since Jack's already that far forward, I'll just move him up, grab the loot. And, oh, God. I mean, I don't even know. I guess I could give advanced speed to April. You know, actually pull him back just a couple of tiles. And that's it. That's the turn. And you know what? Oh, no. That's a free one. I don't want to use that. So after one of the more reckless approaches I've ever taken to a mission, we took no wounds and killed everybody so far. We still have at least one pod, clearly.
It's killing time.
But that's pretty funny.
Let's do this.
Don't do that, by the way. Don't emulate me on that, because that is not how you should play.
I can handle that.
That's pretty idiotic to do what I just did. Okay, I'm not going to move him forward for sure.
Come get some.
I'll move her up.
On my way.
Because obviously we gotta move or nothing's gonna happen.
Moving to
I have no idea where the last group is. That's probably pretty obvious. Sure.
finally.
Pistol Overwatch, not really that great. Overwatch all, he's the only one. Okay, we don't hear anybody, we don't see anybody. So that's the edge of the map. I will come here.
Let's do this.
I have no idea if I'll see anything, and I probably shouldn't have even done that, but I did. Okay. I'll move Egg here.
I'm trusting you here.
That's as far forward in either direction as I plan to go. I think I'll leave him where he's at. For now.
Not a problem.
So my goal is we're going to start moving to the left here. And I want to be more, not clustered, but, you know, a little bit closer together. I think that's everybody. So let's go ahead and Overwatch all. Yeah, I'm going to try not to be quite as reckless as we were at the beginning of the mission. That was pretty silly. So I'll move Egg up.
I've got eyes on that.
All right. Officer and a trooper variant. Well, I don't know if it's a variant. It could just be a trooper, but I don't think so. So what is he? He's an elite striker. Looks like he's got a shotgun, I think. And interesting. Yeah, see, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to blow up supplies, right? So, you know what might be just a really good way to kind of kick things off is use Void Rift on these guys. Alternatively, he does have a Mimic Beacon. Let me do this. I'm actually going to shoot this guy. I know I have a better chance at the other one, but I think he's going to be the more difficult one to kill. And I would much rather, you know, make sure that we get these kills. So I'm going to move her up. Now, I'm not going to use a grenade here. Actually, what I'm thinking, because I don't like really want this to be an all-day thing. So I'm kind of thinking that I could move Jack here or here. I'm going to move him here. Now, if I trigger another pod, my plan is going to change, okay? But I didn't. So let's just kill this guy. Okay, that's done. I like that he got launched.
How many is that now?
Okay. So Egg is kind of my backup here. She's another backup. And actually, since she can still be promoted, forget backup. I'm just going to do this. Now, I'm guessing this is the end of the mission. She did destroy some cover. It wasn't my intent.
Only the best.
Hopefully I didn't wreck anything that matters. Yeah, that's the end. I thought it would be. So basically, in kind of our first encounter, I activated all but 2 guys. Let me tell you, don't be fooled by that word. This was so far from a flawless mission, it's ridiculous. I don't know why, I was just in a weird mood, so I knew that, you know, everything I was doing was risking another pod. I just did it anyway. We got a little luck with the Mimic Beacons. One of them in particular, the second one I used. Wow, that was an amazing result. Different guys missed it, and it just took attack after attack after attack. And, you know, of course, if it had been killed sooner, then it would have been our guys that those attacks were directed against. So that was fortunate, and I am grateful for that. But I suppose once it came to dealing with the 500 aliens I had activated, I am relatively happy with the approach. You know, I kind of methodically chopped them down. But seriously, that's not how you play a supply raid if you want to keep your guys healthy. If I reloaded this map and played it again and approached it the same way like 10 times, I don't know if I would get another flawless out of any of them, and I wouldn't go so far as to say I'd have a squad wipe, but we could have some pretty ugly results. So I don't think I got anybody promotion, unfortunately. All the guys, well, I think there's only 2. Sam and Mary that can be promoted. He's captain, she's a major. They need a lot. They need a lot of experience, so we'll see. I didn't notice a message ever. But they're getting closer. If nothing else, they're getting closer.
I'm glad to see our new recruits aren't hesitating when it comes
Yep.
to taking out the aliens.
That's all it is. So, yeah, I don't know if we're going to use any of this stuff. Including, unfortunately, the alloys and all that stuff. I'm just not sure at this phase of the game what we're going to need it for. Now, before we go any farther, there is a thing I want to do here. I'm going to go ahead and run... Is she hurt? Is that why I don't see her name? Nope, there she is, Viviana. So I'm going to put Viviana through retraining because I trained her as a gunslinger thinking that hollow targeting would work with face-off. It does not. In fact, you have to fire through the rifle for that to do anything. Now, I think I will go do this. But we're probably going to go do the black site data coordinates here in a second because we're kind of running out of reasons to not just do that. So I think after oh crap. That was the UFO looking for us.
Commander, that UFO contact has us locked in. We have to take evasive.
Yeah. Old woman. Well, it's not letting me do anything, so I love those evasive maneuvers. We moved about 5 feet and stopped. And just we're sitting here dead. Okay, I'm skipping the cutscene.
UFO contact has disabled our systems. Brace yourselves.
Okay, well, I didn't expect that necessarily. You know what's funny is I was actually thinking I would do the turret defense and maybe use, once we had cleared the last spot in the Avenger, I would build the defense thing that helps you defend against this. But it's a very low priority. I mean, so that's all right. We'll fight them on the ground the old-fashioned way when we come back. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope we see you next time.